start.
Hello, Miss McRae. Today we're going to be talking about the Rhode Island colony and we're going to be covering some important points. I hope you have fun.
So the first thing we're going to cover is region and environment. The region and environment of colonial Rhode Island is that it's located on the Atlantic coast of North America. There are a lot of trees, mountains, and rivers. It was one of the coldest regions with an average daily high temperature of 15 degrees. It was known as the Ocean State with over 400 miles of coastline. The second thing we're going to talk about is economics. So there were a profitable farming economy, such as corn, pumpkins, rice, squash, and beans were planted. However, there were only for colonists, not enough crops for harvested to produce cash crops. Concentrated in manufacturing, focused on town life and industries such as shipbuilding and the manufacture and export of rum. Industries and trade in the New England colonies include fish, oil products, shipbuilding, timber products, fur, maple syrup, copper, livestock products, horses and rum, whiskey, and beer in towns along the coastline. And colonists made their living on fishing, whaling, and shipbuilding. Whale oil was a valuable resource that could be used in lands. Agriculture, such as livestock, dairy, and fishing. Fish included cod, mackerel, herring, halibut, hake, bass, sturgeon, and whales. Manufacturing, lumbering, and distilleries producing rum. Politically, it was a practice of government in which every individual has a voice. King Charles II had granted charters to colonists as opposed to proprietors, which is how the colony was funded, proving to be a charter colony. The Rhode Island Charter of 1663 proclaimed that a flourishing civil state may stand best maintain full liberty in religious concerns. Separation of church and state was important as the government is forbidden to have influence on religion to the settlers. In 1651, England appointed a governor for Rhode Island, the province plantations, including a provincial council. This had to be elected by the freeholders and accepted by the king. Colonial Rhode Island became a charter colony, which was largely self-governed. The charter established set the basic rules of how the government worked, but also allowed colonists to have a great amount of freedom within those rules.
Okay, moving on to culture. Because Rhode Island was located in the New England uplands, a lot of quick dwellings out of wood were made, and over time, improvements to adjust to the cold weather were also made. Um, Housings evolved into Cape Cod-like buildings with chimneys in the middle to distribute the heat evenly around the house. As you can see on the screen, some common delicacies that were enjoyed included Johnny cakes, cheese biscuits, clam fritters, pumpkin bread, apple chutney, and all that good stuff. Like most New England colonies, grain production was rich in Rhode Island, and they grew their own wheat, oats, barley, and even rice. Owing to the rich fishing industry, cod, halibut, mackerel, tuna, and salmon were included a lot in their diets. Moving on to demographics, they had a healthy population of about 68,000 people, and the primary occupations included shipbuilding, fishing, and lumberjacking, which called for a lot of able bodied men. A lot of these men were uneducated, which is why a lot of emphasis was put on a better education quality for the children in the colonies. And the colony was comprised of mostly white, black, and Native Americans. There were 82% white, 12% black, and 6% Native. As you can see, it's a fairly good population growth, which indicates good living qualities in the colony. Moving on to the person who started it all, Roger Williams. Roger Williams was a English-born Puritan, and as we all know, he was banished from the Massachusetts colony because he rejected Puritan beliefs. And a lot of his ideologies revolved around being a strong advocate for religious freedom, separation of church and state, and he also really treated the indigenous population a lot fairly than the other colonies did. He bought the land from them and he didn't forcefully acquire it, which indicates that he had a very good relationship with them. And that would be it.
This is our bibliography, and that is it. Thank you.
Thank you.